from downtown North Manchester, Indiana, the crowd to the illusion from the Firehouse Theater. Please welcome our host for tonight,
Welcome to Good Night, Christopher Blue. I'm Christopher Blue, and I know what you're thinking. Didn't you wear that yesterday? Yes, I did. Tonight is random night. We're going to talk about any random subject that I wish, and tonight I want to dive into science. So please give a warm introduction to one of my best friends, the best scientist I know, Professor Promethium! I owe you a lab coat. Go ahead. So, Professor.
Yes?
What is your real name? Now I have two mics.
Oh, my real name is Dale Rupert.
Dale Rupert, and this wasn't on the questions that I submitted to you, but how long have we known each other, Dale?
Oh, we've known each other for quite a long time. We've known each other since junior high school, I believe.
Yeah. I got in some trouble, actually. You know, this
story for another time.
Yeah, story for another time. We've been great friends for a long time. You've always been fascinated with science. What made you fall in love with science?
Oh, I don't know if I can pinpoint it to one precise thing, but I always grew up with like the classics, you know, Bill Nye the Science Guy, Magic School Bus, things like that. And so that kind of combined with like the science teachers I had kind of all like merged together into this love of science I have.
That's awesome. So part of what we want to do with you, I want you to be a reoccurring guest on this show.
Of course.
What we want to do is we want to have people from the audience, whether you're watching in the live studio audience or you're watching at home on YouTube, we want you to be able to submit questions to ask a scientist. But since this is the first time doing this, I had to come up with a few questions.
Bring them on.
If you want to ask some questions, please go on social media with the hashtag #AskAScientist, and we will hunt down your questions. The first question I have is, why is the sky blue?
It's a great question that lots of people don't actually know. So the sky is blue because most of the air in our atmosphere is this stuff called nitrogen. 70% is nitrogen, only about 20% is oxygen. And the cool thing about that combo is when white light passes through it, it takes the blue part of that light and scatters it around everywhere. So it pushes all the blue light around so the sky looks blue. It pulls a little bit of the blue out of the light we get from the sun. So the light we get from the sun is white. The more air the light goes through, the bluer the sky looks, and the more red and the more yellow the sun looks, which is why sunsets look the way they do.
Very nice. I wish I understood half of it. I'm sure I'll understand it fully when I edit this video. So here's a question I'm very interested in. Do aliens exist?
In my humble opinion...
Well, hold on. You're a scientist. We need facts, not opinions.
So that is a misconception about science. So, like for example, way back in the day, the science was that the Earth was flat. As far as all the evidence they had available to them at the time, that was what it was. It's only when new evidence comes forward that we're able to change what we know. With our current level, what we currently know, the numbers, math alone says yes, there are aliens in the universe. Whether or not we will encounter them, I don't think so, because everything is so far away from each other. The closest star to us is 4 light years away, meaning if you had the greatest laser pointer in the world, shined it at that star and pushed the button, it would take that laser 4 years to get to that star.
So that's quite a ways, Professor. That's quite a ways. Darn. So Area 51 is just, you know what? That's another thing. We'll get into something else. What is sticking with space, sticking with the sky? Sure. What is a black hole?
So that's another thing that has a little bit of a misconception along with it. A black hole is not actually a hole.
You approved these questions.
It's fine. I can talk about this literally all day. So a black hole is not actually a hole, like the name suggests.
Okay.
What it is something that has a whole lot of mass that has been compressed to a very small area. For example, if you took the Earth, everything on it, you're not changing what the Earth is made out of, what it's made out of, and if you smush the Earth down, you kept smooshing it and smooshing it and smooshing it until it had the diameter of about a penny, Earth would become a black hole.
Wow.
Which is what happens when gravity keeps collapsing in on itself.
So, black holes and wormholes are not connected then?
There are some theories out there that a black hole can be connected to a white hole and create a wormhole. You probably wouldn't survive that trip, though. I wouldn't recommend it.
All right. And I mean, I kind of already covered this, but how can people ask a question to you on the show?
So just like you said, visit our social media page and just put your question on there with the hashtag #AskAScientist. We'll get around to it. We'll get around to as many as we can, and I can literally ask.
It's my show. I'm going to change the hashtag. I'm going to change the hashtag right now. Let's change it to Professor Promethium because I think that's even harder to find.
Attach that hashtag to
hashtag Professor Promethium.
No questions are off the table?
No. Oh. Well,
Science
it is a family
related.
show.
Science.
It is a family show.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much. You are actually also our entertainment for the night. So, Professor Promethium, please take it away and show us some science.
All right. So today the science I'm going to be showing you has to do with something called discrepant events. Those are events that seem to go against what you think should happen. So the first thing I have here is like the standard, cup game, like whether it's follow the ball, follow the whatever. So I have 3 cups here. They are just normal.
Show to the audience.
Normal
I'll see it. I'll see it in
normal
editing.
Cups here. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to pour a little bit of water into this cup here, and I'm just going to mix them around. And your goal is to follow the cup that has the water. I hope you were paying attention.
Okay.
You were just looking at my face this whole time.
I was seeing my. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. So I dabble in magic and whatnot, and I feel like I'm about to freak out right now.
So where's the water at, Chris?
Well, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing it right here.
All right. Well, let's see.
Oh,
all right. You were correct, but
Yeah.
We're not done. That would be a lame magic trick, would it not?
That would have been an awesome magic trick if.
Where's the water now? In
It's
this
in that
one,
one,
okay,
yep,
we'll pour it
yep.
into the last remaining cup we have here.
Okay.
Now, one last time, follow the water.
Yep.
We're following the water. I am doing the best sleight of hand I can possibly do at this angle right here.
Dale, I swear.
Where is the water now, Chris?
Okay, it's in the middle cup.
All right, well, let's see.
Come on, man.
Okay, well, let's, maybe you're off a little bit. Oh, no. All right.
Okay. So explain the science.
All right, so in my humble opinion, the best magic trick is the one that has a little bit of science with it too. So I did show you that these were normal cups, but I only showed you that 2 of them were in fact empty. The
Okay.
3rd cup was not empty. It had a little chemical in it called sodium polyacrylate. This is the same kind of chemical you might find in diapers.
Oh, wow.
Now, if you are familiar with diapers, you'll know they're very absorbent. Sodium polyacrylate will absorb water thousands of times greater than the size of the thing. So if you were now to look inside of here, you might notice that there is like a little gel substance in there. The water is still in here. It is just locked in that chemical, expanded into a gel to the point where it will not fall out of that cup.
Very good. Round of applause. I see a lot more stuff on here, so I'm sure you have more science.
Oh, yes. I do have more science. This next one is another discrepant event here. So I have 2 jars here with objects in these jars.
Yes.
Would you look at that and say, yes, in fact, there are objects?
There are, in fact, objects.
There are, in fact, objects in these jars. Now, I want you to look, Chris, very closely.
I'm looking.
This one kind of fell in there, but I want you to see how many objects are in this jar right here.
The one closest to me?
Yep, the one closest to you.
I see, and I don't have glasses, but I believe I see 3 objects.
You might want to wear your glasses next time. There are only 2.
Oh!
So these two glass Hershey Kiss looking things right here, right?
Yeah.
Now with this next one, how many objects are in this one? Now that you know what you're looking for.
Right. Yeah, okay, see, I'm guessing I've seen the reflection of light in this one now, but in this one, taking into account the reflection of light, I only see one object.
Now if I pull this out, let's see how many objects are actually in there. There are two objects just like the other one. However, in this glass jar here, there is not water as the other one has. This actually has baby oil inside it.
Okay.
Now, baby oil is kind of cool because the way you know you're looking at something that is colorless or transparent is because as light goes through it, the light bends and distorts the light, right? So that's how you can tell that there's water in something, for example. So the light that's coming through the baby oil bends differently than water does, but happens to bend almost at exactly the same angle as glass does.
Interesting.
And because that, the light doesn't bend again when it passes through the glass, and you are almost incapable of seeing that clear glass object because the light passes straight on through it.
That's crazy. Okay. All right. Well, we saw one that was awesome. One that was pretty cool too. You got one more?
Yes. So this one is one I want you to help me with here, Chris.
Okay.
So we're going to do another one. So right now inside of this, we have a rubbing alcohol, simple rubbing alcohol. Okay. And this is called a Fizz.
So it won't explode if I shake it?
I always say there's a little bit of a chance of an explosion to happen in science. I'm pretty confident nothing's going to explode here. So this is a Fizz keeper. What you do is you squeeze it and it pumps air into this, right?
Okay.
So right now we're going to kind of guess what's going to happen here. So we have rubbing alcohol and we have air. Now I want you to start squeezing that on here. What are you doing right now?
I'm inflating the bottle.
Okay, well maybe not quite inflating the bottle. The bottle is pretty rigid. It's not going to actually expand like a balloon does. But essentially the same idea. You are putting more air into the bottle. Right. If you start going crazy with it, you can actually be able to feel that it does. Yeah. Now, the air pressure on the inside, by pumping more air in there, would you say the pressure is getting higher or lower?
Higher. Definitely.
Higher, right? That makes sense. The more air you pump into a space, the higher the pressure gets there. Now, one of the cool things we're doing something that occurs in nature all the time. We're actually throwing some science ingredients in here. So if you have a liquid like water or rubbing alcohol in this instance, you have air and you have something called particulates, which can just be like dust, right? There's dust inside of here. And if you add low air pressure, you can actually create something inside of these that wasn't here before.
Okay.
So right now we've made high air pressure, right?
Yes.
Now if you look really closely, there's a little release on here. Now before you release all the air you pumped in here, what kind of air pressure do you think it would make if all of that air pressure went out?
Low.
Low air pressure. So if you mix a liquid like water, you mix air with particulates and that low air pressure, I'm going to show you what happens. I'm going to count to 3 here.
Are we doing this at the same time?
We can if you want to. It's your show.
Yeah, why not?
All right. So on the count of 3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3. On your, look what you have made inside of there.
Fog.
You have made a cloud.
Yeah. Oh, like a legit cloud?
It's a legitimate cloud.
Wow.
Yeah.
I am holding the sky in my hand. So where's yours?
There's always a little bit of air in it. I believe it's probably just because I did not put this on as firmly as I can. But that happens in science. That's always why we do things more than one time.
Yeah,
so
very nice.
There you go.
I thought there was like another, haha, you did it, I don't know. But
no.
Very cool. I have a cloud, guys. All right. Well, Dale, where can people find you in your daily life? Because we are stalkers.
Okay. Well, if you really want to stalk me, find me out in my natural habitat. I am a manager at Science Central. So if you are in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and you go to the old power plant there, Science Central, you will probably find me. I work there way too much.
All right, well, that is our show. Thank you so much, Dale, again. Until next time, good night, my sweet baby angels. I'll see you tomorrow.